Right, so I'm going to be doing the weekly love readings, but I'm probably only going to get some of the signs done because, well, I'll tell you what I might be able to do is actually plug in my charger, because now I don't use that space for the microphone. I might be able to push through and get them all done. I'm going away today for a few days to Yorkshire, so I don't want to sort of promise that I can get them all done, because really I need to be packing and leaving in a couple of hours. But we only broke up from school yesterday, so I've had a good sleep. Got the rest of the readings uploaded from the week. I was a bit behind because of parents' evening and other demands. Just tiredness, really. So apologies for them coming up a bit late, but I think I might be back Tuesday. Put the charger in. Okay, so I've got some new cards and they're much more correct, the way that they look. They're more anatomically correct, which is good. So we'll start off with Aries. I'm excited to see what comes out. Let's have a shuffle. I've got so much going on. I'm really excited. I've got my pottery course coming up. I've got Amsterdam coming up. I've realised they're like 2 weeks away. Oh, I've got my birthday. I've got my birthday meal coming up as well. It's all going on, guys. Going to Yorkshire in a couple of hours. Don't even know where I'm going. I'm not packed. Nothing's ready. Oh, morning. Welcome into the chat, everyone. Hi, Ruby. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this third week of April 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? So thinking about the week ahead, these are things that could occur next week. So let's see how you're feeling, Aries, or going to be feeling. 3 cards for Aries, please. Oh, I've got a lot of teacher friends or friends that work in school, so you'll hear messages coming through because it's Saturday morning. That's when they all start messaging. Right, how is Aries feeling? The 2 of Cups reversed. Do you feel like your feelings are different to the other person? Maybe. Because when the 2 of Cups is upright, each person has a cup for the other. So it's two's an even number as well. So it's about the evenness of the feelings, the emotions. Cups are emotions. So if each person's offering the other a cup, you feel equally, you feel the same for one another, right? So when it's reversed, one person has stronger feelings than the other. I like her outfit. That's like makes me think of like a wizard's outfit. That she's got like stars on it. Two more cards for how Aries is feeling then, please. The Ace of Swords reversed. There's some sort of secret here. So either you feel like your person is holding a large secret from you that they need to confess, or you have one. Maybe you've realised you don't feel the same as the other person, or you suspect they don't feel as strongly as you do. Sorry, I just realised I didn't show you that card just for the artwork because it's sensational. It's the Surrealist Tarot deck. Absolutely love it. By Luigi Di Giammarino. It's very, very much Dali orientated, Salvador Dali. Right, the Page of Wands. So I'm getting the vibe that you're not excited, okay, about the future going forwards. And I think, again, it's just all saying that wands are excitement. So if you're a Page of Wands, you're excited about the beginning of something new. And the Two of Cups is always about expressing your first new feelings that you have for one another. If it was the Lovers or the Six of Cups, it'd be a really long-term established relationship, but 2 is the beginning. The numbers run from 2 to 10. So with us having pages and 2s, it's the beginning of something, but there just doesn't seem to be equal emotion, and that would make us less excited. Now, things don't always stay that way, but maybe there hasn't been the change, or I don't think you've had an answer because you've got the Ace of Swords reversed, or I don't think you've given an answer. There needs to be an honest conversation or a bit more time. But sometimes people are a bit slower to decide, and then suddenly they say, oh, I love you as well. Right, they've got the Seven of Cups reversed. So the Seven of Cups upright is when you're at a crossroads and you're kind of looking at all the different cups and trying to decide what you want. And I don't think the cups are different people. I think the cups are just different directions that you could be going in life, different things that you care about, different things that you're tempted by. In some of the cups, there's good things, and in some of them, there's not good things. If you dance with the devil, you get your fingers burnt. So, people make choices constantly in life. That's why, a relationship is choice. You're not forced to be with anyone. You're not forced to ever stay in a workplace. You've always got choices. But when the Seven of Cups is reversed, it's crossing over into delusion, okay? Because the amount of time that's being spent fantasizing about going in different directions, that is, it's going into delusion. So it's being really at a crossroads and not knowing what to do, really, but knowing that you've got lots of different options. So maybe it's them, maybe it's them that you think doesn't feel the same, isn't as serious, wants out, before it's even begun, kind of thing. Let's get 2 more for their feelings. I do think this is someone that you've been dating or been on a date with, for us to get the 2 of Cups showing up. It's at the beginning though. Right, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. They could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. They don't have to be. But money could be a problem for them. Now, on the other cards, we've got the Hierophant reversed, which is the major arcana for Taurus. And we've got the 9 of Wands reversed. So someone's dropping the burdens. The Hierophant, when it's upright, is someone who's learnt so many hard lessons that they're now incredibly wise. So it's wisdom gained through experience. It's knowing what the right thing to do is this time, instead of, making mistakes and picking badly. We're going for a poor choice that we know is poor, but it's tempting. When you've learnt your lessons, you become the teacher, and you're the one that teaches others. It's very different to the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card looks really similar in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but the High Priestess card is about following your intuition, trusting your gut, and it's more about spirituality and, having faith that the universe knows what's best for you. It's not about learning through 3D experiences, as an earthling. This is learning through experience. It's experiential wisdom. So that's reversed. They might feel that they've trusted the wrong people and it's caused them to lose money. A Queen of Pentacles is a solid provider when they're upright. They're someone that is great with money, actually. They're good at earning money. They know, even in times of poverty or being in between jobs, they know that they just have to put applications out and they trust that they will get a job. That is an abundance mindset. Money is all around. There's money all over planet Earth. Money is just a form of energy, so is love. Okay, it can't be created, it can't be destroyed. It's in abundance, it's all around us, and we're right in the middle of it. So a Queen of Pentacles knows that and knows that more money will come, so she's happy to spend it on others, on herself. She knows how to acquire more. Now, with this being reversed, there might have been a loss of money, and that could be from trusting the wrong people. Say, for example, narcissists, people that use us, homosexuals, never seem to have any money on them, and then you hear that they've had plenty of money, they've been spending it on prostitutes and drugs and goodness knows what. Okay, so perhaps this is why the Queen of Pentacles is just not prepared to trust, but we'll dig deeper and we'll get clarification on that. So they could have trust issues and that's why they're not opening themselves up to this. I don't know, it's just a vibe that I'm getting. Sometimes people do have deeper feelings, but they don't trust their own judgment, so they don't say it. Let's get one more for how they're feeling. Right. We've got the 5 of Wands, which is, it's fighting, it's altercations, okay? It could be a conflict external with other people, or it could be your, not your emotions, their emotions internally are conflicted. You see all these waves crashing. Once is passion, it's excitement, it's enthusiasm, but it becomes anger when it's in its highest form. So yeah, there's like either physical altercations or it's a conflict of emotions inside, like, well, I feel like this on the one hand, but I feel like that on the other hand. And see, that's there. And then we've got The Fool is about, can I take a leap of faith? Can I jump into a brand new cycle? 0 is the moment that we're at before we start a new cycle with someone, go into a new phase, a new chapter. And then we've got the Page of Swords. Now you see that this is a chessboard. The Page of Swords is someone who's watching, gathering information, they're observing, and a page is at the beginning of a journey. So again, this person's highly cautious, and what it says to me is they don't know whether to take a leap of faith into this or not. So it's nothing to do with your value, it's more about their past issues, okay? Issues that they've now got because they took a leap of faith with the wrong person last time, and it cost them money, and it cost them trust, and it cost them time and energy. And one thing earth signs in particular do not like to do is make poor choices when it comes to their stability. So you can understand why they would have a wall up, okay? Let's get 3 for the outcome. Right, we've got the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords both in the challenge position. The 9 of Swords is intense fear and anxiety. It's worries that have built up so that you cannot sleep at night. If it was 10, it would be the absolute, maximum of pain. That normally happens when you've had your heart broken. The 9 of Swords is like, it's pretty bad, to be honest. You can't sleep. The 8 of Swords is mental entrapment. So it's a sense of, I'm surrounded by problems and there's no way out. But she's blindfolded herself. So this is just the person's perception. It's not necessarily that they are stuck, but they've become stuck mentally. So they go really well together, to be honest, and the outcome, there's just absolute confusion and fear. Hi, welcome into the chat. Happy Saturday. It's lovely and sunny in the UK. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. The 6 of Pentacles upright, so that's equal give and take. I'm optimistic here. I'm optimistic that if you have a really deep conversation about this, if you bite the bullet and you just anticipate that there's a problem, that it's, they've got some hang-ups, they've got some baggage, if you could just maybe prompt the conversation, maybe they'll open up and you'll be like, look, I want you to know that I don't mean you, any harm. I'm not taking advantage of you. I actually really care about you. That can be a beautiful thing, and it can take you on to a really nice new level of trust, can't it? Let's get one more. Because in the outcome, is 6 of Pentacles, which is each person giving the other 3 pentacles. So it's very, very equal. Now we've got the 7 of Pentacles, so that's reflection. It's contemplation, like what's been achieved so far, what's been cultivated. There's a lot of thinking and reflecting going on here, a lot of mental work. What has been implanted so far? Is it enough? Where am I going? Yeah. Let's clarify their issues, although I think I might have an idea what they are. Why have they got the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant reversed? Right, we'll look at the one that fell out and we'll see what that is. Mechanical, going through the motions, checked out, routine. I wasn't expecting that one. So someone feels that they're just going through the motions. Dream world, living in a fantasy land, illusions, not real love. Okay. So they might default into switching off their feelings and emotions because they're worried that they're in a dream world. They're worried, they're imagining that this is going to be something amazing and that you're false. And it's not really to do with you, it's to do with like that's the kind of person they're used to attracting. So they've just learned to kind of get disappointed and anticipate disappointment, I think. So you could well feel like they've emotionally checked out and you're like, I don't understand. Look at this flight plan. Sometimes things fall apart for better things to come. They're so used to that, like having to lose what they've got. Capricious, children are involved, or someone is being immature. They're used to dealing with immature people. Delicate dawn, from fragile beginnings, nurture growth and hold on to the promise of hope. Now that's more like what I'm expecting, because it's saying, this needs a bit of nurturing, but don't lose hope that it can become something long term. Magic within, create space for personal growth and self-discovery. So we're all a work in progress. We're all working on ourselves and like trying to figure out when to trust and when not to. Trying to look for red flags and green ones, Beyond compare. Don't compare your love to anyone else. It's unique. Okay, so they feel like, such a low self-worth because all that you get reflected back to you when you get constantly used and left or used and cheated on is that you must not be worth anything. So unfortunately this person is like very insecure from all of this, maltreatment. Fluttering heart, your passion leads you to the love that you desire. I think this is just a bump in the road and it requires two people putting themselves out there and having a good, like, deep, honest conversation. That's my instinct from it anyway. Let's get confessions from them. Oh my god. I really want to kiss you. I spy on your social media. They do want this. They're just really scared. They're trying to figure you out. They don't know if they can trust or not, understandably, from the way they're being treated, okay? I'm not going to get a time in because I think you're already in this. Let's get messages from them. Thought I heard something move then. I'm ready for a fresh start with you. I will see you sooner than you think. I'm going to contact you. I need to speak to you. I want to meet up with you. I'm ignoring other people. Guys, they're not interested in anyone else. I know that you are the one I want to spend my life with. Others are trying to tell me what to do because, like your friends and family don't want to see you get hurt again. And if you're this new person that's come along, they're probably just really skeptical that this person's got like the ability to choose. Have you moved on and worried? Will you wait for me? Why won't you give me space? I can't grow. So they need to kind of like go baby steps with this. They need honest conversations, and over time that trust will be built as long as you're treating them right. Over time that trust will build up. Right, let's get you some advice, Aries. They're all over your social media. They don't want you to get with anyone else. They don't want to lose you. You're very important to this person. So I think we ought to turn that Two of Cups the right way round, to be honest. Shift the new way. Sorry, shift the way to new potential that's never come out before. So this is a grower, this connection. This is just completely like turned on its head, hasn't it? It started off really pessimistic and it's gone really positive. Integrate your knowing. Okay, so trust your gut. If you believe that this person has something really good going for them and they're just unconfident, understandably, from what they've been through, do open up to them and do keep going with this and make them feel secure. Keep turning up for them, showing up for them, show them, that they don't have to hide from this. The edge of evolution feels messy. Yeah, so like people are just fragile after like having terrible experiences. We need to take care of them and help them to open up like a beautiful flower, coming into bloom. Oh, lovely. Choose who you are becoming. Okay. You both are able to become the trusting, caring, partner, like team that you are looking to be and have a beautiful, stable relationship. 100%. This is so positive. Breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Just double confirmation there that we're changing, we're growing, we're learning that we can trust some people. Okay, not all human beings are bad, they're fundamentally good. It's just we're sent lessons to learn. If we don't have any boundaries, or we'll be sent karmics, and there are people that make bad choices because they're unevolved, they're not ready to grow and ascend, or you do get people who are just born psychopaths. They have trauma and they go in the wrong direction completely, but we're not surrounded by them. It's just if you come across as highly vulnerable, you may attract someone like that, but not always. Okay, let's get one final advice. This is looking really, really good, Aries, I'm not gonna lie. Black Jaguar and Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Love it. Absolutely love that. Right, take care. I was going to say Aquarius. Take care, Aries. I'm going to tidy these up and I'm going to move on to Taurus. What a stunning reading. Absolutely love it. My feet are a bit cold. I'm going to close that window because I'm a bit cold now. Hi, welcome into the chat. To be honest, I found tarot when I was at my lowest, and tarot's a safe space for people to gather. So I wouldn't want anyone to leave because they don't think they're good enough to be here. That's like the opposite vibe that I want. This is a nice, safe space. Social media is for people, you know, who rightly